why don't we do this? Before we bring Jason Smith in from Huddle It Up Films, it's all about Emory Jones Jr. So being that that's the case, and being that he was a topic of conversation during John Harbaugh's Monday weekly press conference, here is that clip of John talking about Emory and specifically the potential flexibility in this rotation. We saw him log 16 snaps at left guard with Andrew Voorhees. He made his NFL debut. We know that in March, he underwent a labrum shoulder procedure, was on the NFI list for a good chunk of the season, and now he is very much in the mix. Here is Harbaugh.
But it's hard to do. You know, and we've had that conversation. I mean, it's a good question. It's the same question that I asked and that we asked. How viable is that? But you take a rookie and put him on both sides, you compound the curve quite a bit.
On the other side of that, how did you see Voorhees respond to being in a rotation, and just what would you like to see from him to continue playing or to solidify that job a little bit more from his perspective?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a step between being a starter and being an established starter, kind of in the league. Kind of what you're talking about. And when you're a younger player, like Andrew or a lot of guys, you want to establish yourself as a starter, and I think he's in the process of doing that. He played good ball. He graded out highly. His numbers were good. Daniel graded out highly too. There's plays that both of them want back. There's plays that their line wants back too. I promise you. It's tough to play O-line in this league, but consistency really is the bottom line. Just to be as consistent as you can possibly be, and have as many really upside plays as you can, but most of all, as much as possible, and the interior offensive line is probably the toughest place to do it, is to minimize the negative plays as much as you can, and that's what we strive for. I think we've done a really good job of that over the years with our offensive line, and you keep trying to always build in that direction.
All right, we're building in the direction of Film Study Tuesday, and rejoining us here inside the vault is our friend Jason Smith from Huddle It Up Films. Happy Thanksgiving, belated Thanksgiving, brother. Thank you for the time. It's a 16 snap sample size, so we get it. It's small, all things considered. But your early impression before we dive into the nitty-gritty X's and O's of what Emory brought to the table on Thursday night.
I thought he was put in a really tough situation, both switching to a position in which he has never played, and then also he got in on the second drive, the Ravens' second drive, and the third drive, backed up in our own end zone. The third drive, we were actually, if you remember, the defense had that stop at like the 1 yard line, 2 yard line. So here are the Bengals all mugged up. Emory Jones, primetime divisional opponent, big game, and you're backed up against the goal line. We'll see some of those plays coming up. And then the other part that I thought, was kind of unfair, but it is what it is to Emory is he didn't come back in. He played the second drive and the third drive. He didn't get back in there until I think 15 seconds left in the third quarter. So he basically played drive 2, drive 3, and then drive 10 in the fourth quarter, basically. So new position, just a lot of sitting, being backed up in the goal line. But I think you saw, Bobby and Sarah, the qualities which led him to being drafted 91st overall, even with the torn labrum and teams knowing that he was going to miss most of his rookie season, first year out of 4. You could see what made him a valuable prospect. And remember, guys, he started as a true freshman at LSU, from high school to LSU's right tackle. Really, really hard to do. Played 3 years, durable, started every game except the last bowl game. He sat out, opted out, and, which is a very steady player. So he's got that premium, ability as a football player, a true prospect.
Jason, you just pointed out, and I think it's good just to point out again, I see a lot of people online saying, well, he played right guard. Why don't you put him in right guard? He did not play right guard. He played right tackle. I believe he started 36 games at right tackle. Yes. So he's switching positions. And to have him be at both guard positions, I would not do that to her. Like you said, he's already a rookie. He's coming in on prime time. He's backed up in their own end zone. And then you want him to do all these things, and you want him to start at 2 different spots. You can't do it. The Ravens should not put him in that position. That being said, do you agree that it's Voorhees that needs to rotate and not Fa'alele?
I think you could go either way with it. The ironic part about Harbaugh's comment is that Voorhees, I would say, is the more inconsistent player. We've seen the grade. Last time I came on, he had a PFF grade of 5, like 5.6, but he's also graded out among the highest linemen. Faulele is what he is. You're going to have those. John also mentioned not having negative reps to minimize that. With Faulele, every game there are just mind-blowingly negative reps. So I don't think there's any wrong answer to that. Both of them really haven't played up to their capability. But if you play right tackle, and it's be an easier transition to right guard, because your kick step is leading back with your right leg. It's the same line, same side of the line of scrimmage. So he's having to undo that. Maybe he played left tackle in high school. Probably did. He was probably the best kid, in his class. But it's a lot on his plate. I'm glad they're not rotating him in at both guard spots. I agree with Harbaugh on that. I think that's too much.
But would you have put him in right guard?
I probably would have put him at right guard just because of my opinion of Daniel Faulele as a run blocker with his size and the way he moves. And we're getting crushed on that side, by the way, with twists and stunts. Lamar's fumble at the goal line, which we'll see here, was a stunt on the right side with Faulele and Rosengard not being able to pick that up. So, yeah, I think he's just a natural right guard. I think when Faulele hits free agency, that's the position in which he's going to play next year. Emory Jones has the qualities to lead your run game, whereas with Faulele, as I've said many times, and I can't stand piling on the guy. It's not his fault. He's doing the best he can, but he's just not mobile enough to climb to level 2 and reach blocks and to get out on screens and some of the things you expect your right guard to be the leader of your run game. And if you notice my voice, it's a little under the weather, so have to bear with me on that.
Why are we not surprised that you showed up anyway, though?
Well, I mean, you made fun of me saying that I needed some, I think, vitamin D at the Florida sun, but I think I got all the people that were talking about long COVID, I think I know what they're talking about now because I've been sick for like a week and a half.
Oh, well, glad you're here. Hopefully you're on the mend soon. Shall we go lean on the eye in the sky, brother, and see what you've prepared for us?
There you go. See, look at you bringing it right up. Okay, so excuse me. This would be his first snap, and you're going to see him climb, Sarah. This is part of the reason why I think he'd be a good right guard. So his target is going to be. Can you see the cursor?
Yep.
His target is going to be the middle linebacker here, 49. Pat Ricard, 42, is going to block the other 42 on that team. And this is just going to be a nice little lead run play out of the I formation. The thing that blows up this play is you can see the feet of Geno Stone right here. Him being familiar with the system, maybe a giveaway. He's going to come down blitz and foul the whole thing up. So basically, Ricard's going to have to pick up Stone, and that's going to leave 42 free. But you'll get to see how easily Emory climbs to level 2 and hits his landmark here. With some force. Now, of course, Derrick Henry's still in the backfield as that happens. So there's not a lot of follow through. How does the play out? Well, we'll never know because as you see, Geno Stone comes up and occupies. You see Geno all happy about it, occupies Pat Ricard's spot. But just the easy nature in which he's able to climb there, you can see. And if you guys want to interrupt me, please feel free, at any time.
Cool, brother.
No, keep it going. Keep it rolling.
Okay, second play, same drive. You're going to see how quickly, Emory, I want you to watch his helmet. See how quickly he's able to process that. The two guys standing over him are going to drop out in coverage.
Yeah. Number
90 is going to scrape down the line, try to stunt. Emory's right there. But just watch his helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see how quickly he picks that up.
He looks for work and gets to work.
Which is not always the case on the other side now, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
Lots of blender situations going on the other side.
Yeah, we see that definitely. And I cut out the play in which Lamar fumbled. It wasn't much right there.
That was nice of you.
Play Lamar fumbled. Wanted to cut that out rather. But you can see I left it in there because of the stunt picked up on the right side, not picked up.
Yeah.
Lamar running for his life.
But Jason, like we were texting about in our group too, just the situation that he's thrust into in his NFL debut. You're backed up in your own territory, in a game that obviously was anyone's prime time. Like that was a lot to ask from 51.
It certainly was. And, in this situation, the Bengals are mugged up. So he's got the safety, no linebacker right across from him.
Yeah.
And you see him working with Linderbaum. See how sticky he is there at the end, too.
Yeah, he's still going.
Okay, now here is, defense makes a great stand. Ravens have the ball on the 2-yard line. Excuse me. And there's something that I didn't like about this this rep that we'll see here. Excuse me. Well, actually, this is, excuse me, I got twisted up there. But you see the jolt that he gives the guy that's Ronnie's guy. And Tyler Linderbaum gets beat by a swim move right off the snap, and it kind of leaves Emery stuck. But, the one thing I took away from this rep is look at the power he shows to be able to jolt Ronnie's guy. And you would imagine he's supposed to climb to level 2 on this play. But obviously Linderbaum gets beat, and the play is blown up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. This guy's only practiced getting back from the NFI now for what, a month? It's like,
yeah.
Hopefully they continue to kind of gradually add to that snap count. You wonder moving forward, especially with the Steelers looming. Although, did you see that within the hour, Jason, that Derek Harmon will not go?
Yeah.
It's a big
That's
deal.
a big, you think about Cam Hayward usually lines up over left guard. And again, apologize for being sick. But so if Emory Jones is going to play in this game, he's going to see a lot of the veteran Cam Hayward, which to me is fascinating because, opposite ends of the spectrum there as far as, experience in the league. But yeah, that's a big loss for them because Derek Harmon, blue chip type prospect out of Oregon.
And Pittsburgh just got embarrassed. I mean, come on. Both of Buffalo's starting tackles were down, next man up for them, and they still put 249 rushing yards on them.
Yeah, you would hope that it goes the same way for us. I think we put up 299 on them in the wild card game. I think it was something like 50 rushes for 299. But something tells me it's not going to go that way. It's just going to be a sloppy game. Right. But things are worse up there in Pittsburgh than they are here. Okay, now Ravens, this is the play.
6-point favorites, by the way. So there you have it.
6-point favorites. Yeah, I'm taking the under in this game, Bobby. I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Okay, so backed up on the goal line, and we're going to pass here. Now, what I don't like is the heel click, Sarah. It's something I complain about all the time in the draft process. Look at his feet click together. But you can also get a good idea of his mirror. And we've seen Voorhees beat on this spin move many times, left in the dust. Look how easily Emery's able to mirror. Yeah. Gives up a little ground. I mean, this is a different level athlete than what we're playing at guard spots right now. So again, a little bit sloppy with the footwork. You don't want to see his heels click together, but a really good look right there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to fly through these.
Yep.
Next, what Emery looking for work again. See how active he is. So there's nothing much else in this play to look, but I want you to check to see how active he is looking for work there. Just a really good sign for somebody who's never played guard. Extremely aware player.
Heads on a swivel.
Heads on a swivel. And you see a little bit of his aggressiveness coming up here too. Now, this is the play. This is the worst one. So just to give a little context, those were the first 2 drives. Here we are. We're approaching the 4th quarter. The score's out of whack. And now Emery finally comes in after probably sitting on the bench for, an hour and a half, 2 hours through halftime and all that. And this is the penalty that he got called on him. This was his worst rep of the night. And it was just an unnecessary hold. As you can see here, the Bengals hell-bent on taking away the up-the-middle run. So they are going to shoot and kind of crash down on the A-gap here. Derrick Henry bounces it out. Emery gets called for the hold, but look at how far away Derrick Henry is. Like, you expect a little bit better awareness there. There's no reason to hold there. No reason to hold.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that every day of the week too. Right?
Derek's already through the hole.
Yeah. Notice his hand placement though, in his right hand. It's inside. It's what you want. So it's not bad. It's just that was an unnecessary play, and I'm sure that was his worst play of the night. So same drive here. You see again his feet get crossed up a little bit. You would like to see him settle down anchored right there. You see like Roger anchor and Ronnie anchor on this play. You notice how their feet are wide, trying to anchor, and Emery's feet are kind of all over the place. So again, some technical issues there with Emery, but you see the fight. gives Lamar plenty of time for this outlet pass. And then watch Emery down here, the hustle. It's always
Oh,
Linderbaum
he's running.
chasing.
Look at him
Emery
run.
will.
Emery.
He plays hard. He plays hard, and you can see that in the tape at LSU. And it's funny because Tyler Linderbaum and Lamar are always the two guys that are running down, chasing down
Yeah.
the ball carrier downfield. It's always 64 and 8. So Emery
Boy.
might be one of those guys.
Emery also had an hour's rest, so he's just trying to get warmed up out there.
Yeah, you know, when you're fighting for a job and you're a rookie, maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe if he was in year 12, he'd be jogging down there. But that was a pretty good run. Pretty
Yeah.
good run there by Emery.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Ronnie's like, I've been doing this since 2018. I'm all set.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, this ankle's been bugging me for months. Okay, here we go. I love the way he sticks with this block. By the way, DeAndre Hopkins is the
Nice.
man, bro. He
Nice
just
catch.
gets open whenever he wants.
Yeah.
But watch him stick with that block, run his feet, and push the pass rusher, basically thwarting this stunt. You can
Yeah.
see the edge rusher come crashing in. So what's going to happen is this defensive tackle is going to take the outside. This edge rusher is going to come crashing in. The Ravens do a really good job. Linderbaum picks up the stunt. But Emery's a big part of this because he's not letting his man get off the line of scrimmage and just runs him right out of the play.
He just seems in that one, he's just like you're not budging him.
No, and again, notice the hand, Sarah. Remember all the hugging that we got?
Yeah.
Watch Faulele.
Extended
Watch
arms.
Faulele in this rep. Faulele with the hug. You know,
Yeah.
hugging.
Whereas Emery's
hugging.
hands are extended all the way.
Elbows in tight. Look at Emery's elbows. Look how tight they are.
Yeah.
Also, independent hand strike, one right hand. You know, like in basketball, Sarah, I know you're a basketball player. It's easier to dunk with one hand than it is for two because you get, you know,
I
you
can't
want that
dunk.
independent. You can't dunk,
I
but you're
never-
5'10".
We bring the rim down a little bit. We bring the rim down. Yes, it's easier. And I like to hang after I do the one-handed dunk.
You keep
We gotta
that high
bring that
pivot
down to,
up
like-
and get that vertical
We got to
going.
bring that
Let's
down
go.
to like, I don't know, 8 feet, 7.5. I don't know.
So anybody in the chat has ever been to Charlesmont Elementary School back in the day with the 8-foot rim, 8.5-foot rim? I felt like Clyde Drexler, Bobby.
Sure.
That was my shining moment.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
just standing over fools and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, shout out Charlesmont Elementary School with the short rims. But yeah, you saw on this tape, there's not a ton to take away, but you got to love the independent hand usage there, the tight elbows, the firm punch, and the way he ran that man out of the play.
Yep.
Okay, we see Emery again with the pull, hits his mark easily.
Oh, perfect.
This is something that this play bothered me from Lamar's standpoint. Now, I want you guys to watch the defensive end here. He does not crash. I think this is the wrong decision for Lamar. And I'll pause it as soon as it comes up. But see where 50 is?
His
Look
shoulder-
at Derrick Henry and the hole Derrick Henry would have had
Mhm,
if Lamar hands it off to him.
mhm.
Lamar decides to keep it. Really not much there.
Derek's going for 6. I mean,
Derrick's going for 6, Bob.
that's a window right there.
But yeah, look at Emery get out of his stance, find his guy, hit his guy.
Yeah.
So again, we're just looking for physical qualities here. There's not much to go over. But yeah, and see the extra little push at the end, Sarah? That's kind of what I like about him. Watch the initial contact, plays over, right? Now I'm just going to give you a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And you just kind of consistently see that from
I
Emery.
always want a little extra.
Let me make sure I get this on tape, night 1.
So Emery, there you go with the little extra there, Sarah. Aggressively
Mhm.
looking to punish somebody, doesn't get the chance, and then the big fella makes the tackle. So again, just wanted to showcase his athleticism. Can you imagine, you know, some of the other linemen in the NFL trying to chase down this ball carrier? Isaiah Likely, by the way, is the one who blows this block, gets blown up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tip pass probably would have been a touchdown by Mark. You see Mark's he got some depth there. It was a good decision by Lamar. Just lofts that thing over. It's wide open. But 51 Emery Jones is going to show his athleticism again and chase that thing down. So again, not too much in that tape. I cut off like the last 3 plays, gentleman's agreement type plays, as our buddy Ken says from film study. You know, the game was over. The Ravens are just trying to get out of there, run the clock off, hand the ball to Rasheen Ali 3 times, 6-man box. There wasn't a lot to take away from those last 3 plays when it came to Emery. There was also other plays I cut out. It's like a misdirection to Keaton on a jet sweep where Emery was blocking for a split second and the play was over. So those were the most, believe it or not, the most informational That told us the most, actually. Yeah, I forgot the word I was trying to say, but
Yeah.
those were the most descriptive snaps that we had. Not a ton there, but yeah,
He
Cam
earned more though,
Akers,
right, Jason? He earned more based
I
off
think
of the
so.
small sample size we got.
Now, admittedly, he was in the late 30s on my big board. I had him all the way up at 38 non-quarterbacks, and he would have went in that second round had he not had that labrum surgery that's costing him 1/4 basically of his rookie time. But yeah, starter, freshman All-American as a true freshman, and 3-year player and out. Didn't have to stick around college to enhance his draft stock, even with shoulder surgery. He left, went to the draft. I think this is our future right guard, starting right guard as of 2026. And this Steelers game, a huge game. If they were willing to put him in the Bengals game at the goal line like they did, I think that he's going to play against the Steelers as well. But I think a lot of that, guys, and tell me if you agree, has to do with how Voorhees is playing. Voorhees has been up and down. Again, he's been one of our highest graded linemen in some games and been our lowest graded lineman in other games. Whereas the rest of the guys, although they're all having down years, have been a little more consistent. Voorhees is up and down, up and down.
If you were to give on your way out here a letter grade to Emory for the 16 snaps that you studied?
I would say if I was given, just a normal player, I would say a C. I would say considering the circumstances, this was a B performance, maybe a B plus performance. I mean, the heel clicking and the feet, he's got to get some mechanics worked out with his feet. He still won those reps. He still won those reps. It just wasn't as pretty. You're looking for future signs. The only real true negative he had was the penalty. And again, love the way he looked for work. You can see him hit his landmarks at level 2. You can see him hit his landmarks on the pull. You can see his, just physical skills, his hand punch, the tight hands. There's a lot to like about this young man. I wish he was playing right guard, honestly. But one thing to keep an eye out for, guys, is that Voorhees has not been good this year when it comes to pulling. And I don't say that lightly. I say that like as a matter of factly. I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys saw the play. They had Coach Evans on. I wasn't able to catch it. But there was one play where Voorhees was pulling and couldn't find a guy to hit, couldn't find his man. And his man was basically right next to him and say, hey, man, I'm the guy you're supposed to block, and knocked Voorhees like across the line of scrimmage. I don't know if you guys saw that play or not, but Andrew Voorhees has a real problem with like recognizing, with seeing. And the Ravens are struggling for staple plays in their run game. So if they can run a little power, have a guy like Emory Jones pulling from left guard, Pat Ricard leading through the hole, like that staple run play, because right now we do not have a staple run play between the tackles. I mean, you think about the Derrick Henry touchdown, that was on a pin and pull to the outside. Keaton's was a straight pitch right to the outside. You remember the long touchdown we had last week. It was a trap play, wham block. Hey, we got him outnumbered over here. Let's hit a quick hitter. But there's nothing like staple. Can we run inside zone? Can we run outside zone? Can we, there's nothing like a staple run play that we can go to against basically any team and count on that. So I'm wondering, it's a lot of words to say. I wonder if Emory could help us in the run game just by being more mobile.
Brother,
They're
let us
gonna
know
need
what
it.
you got
Ravens-
coming up on the channel, my man. Sorry, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right.
Theme song right there. Ed Reed highlights. Creeping my way up to 5,000. But yeah, you can see some Ed Reed, the purple circles there. Wednesday
Hold on
night.
a second now.
Let's
Let's
pause the
make sure
video
we
there.
get this number north. Hold on a second. I'm dropping this into the live chat right now, your direct link. Guys, if you enjoy Jason's work, we hope you do. Maybe you already subscribe, but we would love for you to do so right now. There you have it. 4,500 subscriptions within reach, brother. What do you got coming up this week?
Man, I'm so happy. So I'm going to do some cut-ups. I want to take a look at Carl Lawson. That's probably what I'm going to do the rest of the day. Tomorrow night at 9, Dev Pantois, Russell Street Report is going to be joining me at 9 p.m. Eastern. Happy birthday to Afia, by the way. I saw that. And anybody in the chat directed it. But Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock, in-depth Steelers preview in a game that we have to win. So I appreciate you guys for the time. I wish there would have been more, useful information here, But man, believe me, I think you guys see the same thing. The signs with Emory Jones, I think, are really good. His athleticism, his natural power, not bad for a rookie, under those circumstances.
And if he does indeed earn more, we'll be having this conversation again. So I look forward to that, brother. Thank you so much. Have an awesome week and feel better. Thank you for doing this. Seriously.
Yeah, sorry the voice acted up at the beginning there. I wasn't expecting it, but much love to the Vaultrons. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Football's family. Love you guys. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks, Jason. Feel better.
The flu game. His flu game on a Tuesday in early December. Great guy. Awesome channel. Phenomenal member of the Ravens film community that we've been tapping into this year, Sarah, mostly on Tuesdays. And again, go check out Jason's work at Huddle It Up Films. That's in the YouTube space and also in the Twitter space. Thanks, Jason.